Trey Urban here, your Energy Alchemista, and I am going through it. I'm just gonna tell you honestly. I didn't lose her. She didn't get lost. My mother passed away on Monday, so I took a couple days off because some of you guys know I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, shining light on the world and doing my part to raise the vibration and share information on what I've experienced and how life has treated me up until now. So I appreciate all of the amazing support and comments from so many of you. So thank you guys for noticing that I was gone, and I am so grateful to be back. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about moving through it, because the one guarantee that all of us have from the moment we were given life is that the opposite was going to come. And it's really difficult to go through. But there are so many losses that impact us so deeply. It doesn't just have to be the loss of a loved one. It could be the loss of an amazing, or the ending of an amazing relationship, right? It could be having to give up your dream of ever buying a home, or some people, a friend of mine was told that they only have a few months to live. And then the loss of your future. Some of us have gone after things and they just didn't work out, and it devastated us in ways that were so painful. Hello, Sylvia. Thanks for hopping on. And so I what I know is that I share about what I'm moving through, and I share from a place of knowing and understanding. So when I'm sharing with you that my mother passed away just on Monday, it hit me in the diaphragm like a kick to the gut, and I couldn't breathe, and it's painful. Blessings, thank you. So you guys, there's and I had just got done going through the grieving process for the loss of an amazing relationship. And so I was very familiar. There's five stages of grief, and we don't all go through them in the same way or at the same time. But let me tell you, please allow yourself to feel the pain of the loss. And you raising my hand, who wasn't okay. So my mother and I had chosen probably over 20 years ago, maybe, that we weren't a match. And she didn't want to be a mom. And when I finally asked her, for her to share her truth, she was like, I never wanted to be a mom. And I was like, well, that explains a lot why I was treated in my way, in my perception, so unlike I wanted my mom to treat me. I wasn't hugged, I wasn't nurtured. I was physically abused. I was emotionally, mentally, I went through a lot of trauma. And so when I finally worked through this time with my mom, and we both came to agreement, because once I learned about boundaries, and then I started implementing standards in my life, like the people in my life, hello, they better be trustworthy people of integrity who freaking support me, who have my back, because I had abandonment issues because I had a mother who didn't love me. I had a lot of things, right? So I thought I had done the work. We had the conversations, and we both agreed. She said no. She said no. I don't want to meet none of your standards. And I said, okay, Mom. Then is it okay for both of us to agree that you were the way that I came into the world, but that in my, because the Bible says to honor your mother and father. And so I said, Mom, is it okay that if I honor your wishes, that you didn't want to be a mom, and release you from the obligation of having to parent me? And in return, you won't make me feel like crap in 2 minutes and make me feel horrible. Like, you know what I mean? And we both agreed, yes. And so that was years ago, and I thought, oh, I thought I was okay, but I got the news Monday that she passed away, and a whole new layer of pain arose. And I thought I was going to be good. I thought I was going to be okay, because and somebody told me, sorry for your loss. And I said, I don't know if it was a loss. How can you? And then I'm like, well, what I did lose, I lost the hope that anything could have ever been different, because I realized that some part of me was hanging on. It was hanging on to that hope that maybe someday my mom would actually be like, hey, I would love to know how you're doing in life. I would love to know how your life has been. What has happened in all the years, But I never got that. And I realized that when I received the news that she was no longer on this earth, I was so sad. I was so sad, and I couldn't figure out why, and I had to sit with it and cry through it, and fortunately had support. So guys, please always have support. Find support. It is there. It is somewhere. It is a phone call away. It's a audio app away. It's there. Please don't go through this by yourself, because it's a lot. Give yourself time to process, but get the answers that are helpful, because one of the first stages of the 5 stages of grief are denial. And at first I was like, no. And that's why I had to say it. And even saying it, it's so painful. And now that's how I'm testing. I'm gauging how I'm processing through this pain, because my mother just passed away. So until I am able to say it without feeling the pain, I let myself feel it. So let yourself feel it. Let yourself say it until it doesn't hurt anymore. And remember, please take care of yourself, because when we start going through things, we forget. We cry and we crawl under the pillow, and we don't want to get out of the bed, and we don't want to go into the world and do life. And guess what else we're not doing? We're not drinking the water, and we're not hydrating. So hydrate yourself. Especially if you allow yourself to cry the tears, because you're losing it out here. So make sure you're replenishing yourself. Find somebody to nurture you, whatever that feels like. Get a heavy blanket and wrap yourself in it so it feels like somebody's hugging you, because we don't always have people with us. We don't. I'm out here. I moved to a different city, and for the first time I'm without my children who are grown. I'm without my sister and the people who would have hugged me and took care of me, understanding that I have just lost my mother. So I have to take care of me all by myself. So if I could do it, you could do it too. It doesn't matter what your loss is. If you've lost the love of your life, physically or just relationally, if you've lost the dream of whatever that dream was, if you lost the opportunity to have a job or travel or whatever it is, give yourself permission to go through it and then do things. You guys, I have my tools, so I have things. And sound, vibration, it helps move the energy. It helps you release all of that pain, because you're feeling it mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Some of us are like, God, why? God, why did you do that? Right? It is affecting you in all of your 4 energy bodies. You have 4: mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. They all need to be nurtured. They all need to be nourished. They all need to be cared for. So please care for yourself in the way that only you know how. And if you don't know how can anybody else help you with it? Please get clear about yourself. Allow yourself to feel the pain that you're feeling, because if you don't, it's going to stay trapped. It's going to be trapped traumas and unprocessed emotions, and they're going to keep triggering responses and reactions that are not going to benefit you. So please take care of yourself in all the ways. Make sure you're hydrating. Make sure you're crying. Make sure, if you need to scream, then freaking find somewhere to scream. Scream into a pillow. Punch that pillow until you feel better, until you could start moving through it. And remember, when you are done crying, it's okay to laugh. And that laughter, if you come up with a funny, silly thought about the past or about something, and then give yourself to start then laughing through it, because tears is the same physical motion as laughter. But in the end, please take care of you. You are the most important thing. Know that it is energy and it wants to release and shift. I'm Trey, your Energy Alchemista. And I appreciate all of you guys hopping on, supporting me through this moment of impact. I thank all of you guys who have given me so much positive feedback and support and condolences on the loss of my mother. And I give you guys so much thanks and gratitude, and I send you so much health and abundance and all the things that serve your highest and greatest good. Because shifting through those moments of impact that feel like they're kicking you in the gut, they take the freaking wind away from you. Things mess up our mental self if we don't deal with it. If we don't allow ourselves to feel the pain, to process the emotions, to allow ourselves to get to that place, hopefully back where we could find a way to find positivity in it. If you heard my story, you heard my mother wasn't there for me. My mother agreed that she would rather not be a mother, and if I would, release her from that obligation, she would not be mean to me. I've gone through things. I didn't have the nice mom. And that messes with your self-esteem. That, for a lot of us, provides limiting beliefs and things that stop us for the rest of our lives. But I promise you, anything that you're going through, it could be shifted. All of its energy, all of those emotions, all of those thoughts, they can be transformed to something positive. I promise you. There is a rainbow on the other side. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Please give yourself permission to crawl there, to do whatever you have to do to get there. This video, it's how to shift through those moments of loss, that deep loss. Because what I've learned is I share what's happening right now. I share from a place of wisdom, and right now I'm processing the loss of my mother. And I want to do it in a healthy way, because most of us aren't taught how to process loss. We're not taught what you do when you feel like crap, when you are in so much pain mentally and emotionally that you can't even move physically, that we're paralyzed, whatever it is. And it's so important to allow yourself to do it without escape, without distraction. So many of us would go run back to work. We stay busy. So then we become the one who's like, oh no, I'll make all the plans. I'll clean the house. I'll host the thing. Oh no, I got that. And then you want to show up and do all the things and do all the stuff, but you don't want to let yourself feel the pain. You don't want to let yourself feel the hurt. Some of us, we turn to drugs and alcohol to escape. We become movie binge watchers. But as long as you are not engaged with this, with the heart, with the mind, with what is going on, then side, it's going to take longer, but I promise you, it will move, it will shift, because nothing lasts forever in the exact same way. And when you give focus to wanting to go through it and get through it, and that's why I trust your girl. You know how I was taught to deal with emotions? Go to the freaking bar. I'm Latina, man. They didn't drink that. Get the keg, get the beer, drink it all away. But it took forever to get over stuff, because I didn't realize you can't run away from it. It's not going to go. I could drown it. I could ignore it. I could do all of those things. But in the end, it will take longer. And I'm like, I want to get faster. I want to create my future further faster. And being stuck mentally, emotionally, ain't getting nowhere. It's like freaking spinning in mud. And I ain't got time. So when you're ready, give focus. Start finding positivity around the situation, because I guarantee you, Creator only puts you in places and spaces and provides situations for your benefit. So thank you, everyone, for hopping on. Thank you for all of your amazing support. I am so grateful. Please give me a follow, you guys. I really appreciate all your love and support. Thank you for missing me when I wasn't here on Monday. I had so much feedback, and I am so grateful for you. Remember that loss is loss. It doesn't matter if it's a loss of a job, loss of a house, loss of a relationship, actually permanently losing somebody you loved or cared about. Pain is pain. And that shifts your energy, those traumas. But guess what? All energy can be alchemized back to purity. And then you could go back into thriving. And it doesn't mean you don't honor him or you don't honor yourself. But we are all here to live the best life possible. And that's what I believe everyone truly wants who has crossed over. Everyone, especially God, wants for you to thrive. He wants for you to thrive. And this is how we understand gratitude, is by getting through the pain. I promise your pain has had purpose. Please seek the wisdom from it. Give gratitude. I had to finally give thanks for my mom, because really, my mom was such a bad, that she created all of this. And thanks to my mother, whether she nurtured or cared for me or not, does not change that I am a powerhouse woman doing amazing things. I'm a best-selling author. I'm an internationally known healer and teacher. I get to speak on stages around the world. I have kicked butt. So you guys, no matter what your recipe is, you got gifted with everything you need to thrive in life. Please seek the help. If you need support, seek the support. You deserve it. You're worthy to receive it. You have earned it after all you've done. Waking up every single day, whatever you've done to have to get here right now, that shows your tenacity. It shows your resilience. So give yourself permission to support yourself, nurture yourself, dust yourself back off, and keep going. Keep going. We were all promised trials of many kinds, but it's not how many times you get knocked down. It's how many times you get back the freak up. So keep getting yourself back up. Thank you for all your guys' support during this time. The loss of my mother. So grateful for you guys. I have to go now, so blessings on your day. Sending you guys so much love and support. keep getting the support you need. Discover what you need for your recipe so that you can move through this. Nothing lasts for forever.